own him as a man of wisdom, integrity, and real leadership. And I applaud the members in their election and process, and look forward to working with Representative Carter in the transition process. So, ladies and gentlemen of the press, I give you the Speaker-elect of the House of Representatives.
Thank you. I'm humbled to be here. I'm honored to be able to gather the bipartisan support on the floor today. And as all of you know, the Speaker's race is very important to the membership, and I'm honored that they have chosen to allow me to work for them. I'll be glad to try to answer any questions, and we'll just go from there, because I'm lost for words.
What kind of deals did you have to cut to get a majority?
No.
You didn't.
I'm not getting into it. No. I mean, no.
You didn't cut any deals, or you're not going to get into it?
No,
you're not going to answer questions.
Yeah,
about
I'll
that.
answer the question. My commitment has been to follow a leadership style similar to Speaker Moore's, that it represents the body of the General Assembly, that it's fair, that it's represented proportionally by party, and I intend to follow through with that.
When did you decide to get? Yeah, go ahead.
When did you decide to run?
That's been an evolving process that really picked up speed a couple of 3 days ago. So it's you know, in the grand scheme of things, I would say very recently. So that's, I mean, in that context.
Was there a catalyst for it? Did something happen that gave you pause for concern with Representative Rice's leadership?
No, absolutely not. Well, let me back up. You know, Terry Rice is one of the finest men that I know, and he, you know, he's an honorable member of this House, and I have deep respect for him. As you all know, garnering the majority of support of the House of Representatives for Speaker is not an easy task. So I guess the long answer is I had a lot of support to do it, and that's why we're here.
Did you approach somebody, or somebody approached you about doing it a few days ago?
Excuse me?
Did you approach somebody to run for Speaker, or did someone approach you and say, hey, you should do this?
I have had, with my strongest supporters, we've had communications ongoing. Again, this progressed pretty quickly. So, you know, did I wake up just one day and say I wanted to be Speaker? No. And I mean, I've obviously had, you know, people ask me to do this, and that supported me in this effort. So, you know.
Why did they say you should run?
You know, I think that look, I mean, bottom line, I've been here for 4 years working, you know, most recently under Speaker Moore's leadership, and I think I have exhibited a trust with the body, and I think the second and third termers know that on a personal basis because we work together, and really the bottom line of this, the whole matter is that, you know, I'm committed to working with the diverse membership body for the best for the collective citizens of the state of Arkansas. And I think it was that trust, that respect with you know, returning membership that drove this. And you know, we're in unique times. We've got, you know, a national politics and the contentious presidential race, and we have, you know, a 51-49 party split in the House. And I think you know, I think humbly I think I can fit that role to you know, to have relationships with members in both parties. I mean, so there's your answer.
Mr. Carter, we're just trying to find out what happened, because I talked to Westerman the day after the election, and he said that now if the Republicans had the majority, it was going to be Representative Rice would be the Speaker of the House. That's who they were going to elect. And now you're the Speaker of the House-elect. So it seems like a really rapid turnaround from what House leadership was telling us 2 weeks ago, less than 2 weeks ago, to your election today. So you just fill us in on that process and kind of tell us, well, why this sudden change in philosophy, or reversal by who some of the key leaders in the House.
I think that's a question for Mr. Westerman. I'm not going to speak for what goes on in the caucus. I mean, look. I mean, we had a vote of the entire membership on the floor, and it was bipartisan, and it's the secret ballot, and that's I had support of the majority of the entire body, and that's why we're here.
Do you have some relationships that you have to repair?
Anytime you go through a process like this, not everybody agrees with you, and if I do, and I probably do, I will start that immediately. Reaching out to what I said on the floor, I meant it from the heart. This body should be inclusive to every single person that has a seat on this floor, and I'm going to listen to them. And they may not always not agree with me, and I may not always agree with them. But to the best that I can, it's going to be a respectful process. And I think all of us in the room know that we need to keep the process respectful and moving forward. Every member has his or her vote. Everybody's entitled to their vote, and policy matters are policy matters, but procedural House matters are House matters. So that primarily is the reason why I'm standing here. So.
Is this a sign of some divisiveness within the Republican caucus?
No. I mean, look, we go through. This is we're in unique times, and it was a bipartisan vote, or somebody told me it's a tripartisan vote, so I'm going to coin that phrase. But no, and let's go back to the prior speaker races. I mean, that's the way this stuff works. I mean, you have to, the speaker is elected by the majority of the membership.
I've been doing some research, polling other state legislatures. It appears Arkansas may be the only state legislature where the speaker-elect is designated prior to a statewide election for representatives. Do you see any reason with this unique change we've just gone through to alter that process and find a speaker designate after we know who the majority party is?
That's a good question. I don't have an answer for that. I think it's certainly a unique process because of the situation we're all in, but I don't have an answer. I mean, that's something I think that maybe you have to think about.
Will you look to make committee assignments now, or at least sooner than the ordinary date for naming folks?
I've got a lot of work to do. We've got a lot of work to do. I've got to get to know as best as I can on a personal basis 100 people, and or 99 other people. I'm going to do that, and I want the right people in the right places to do the job.
So you haven't made any decisions or commitments, just to be clear regarding committee chairmanships?
No. I mean, no.
Because I was also, have you been any commitments or decisions regarding House staff and keeping certain people on or getting rid of?
This transpired so fast. I'm not going to discuss the House matters. So I'm not going to discuss that. I mean, I'm still getting my arms around some of that stuff. I'm not going to discuss that.
Does that mean you made a decision and you don't want to tell us,
no,
or
that
you
means,
haven't made a decision?
No, that means that that is I've got to get my arms around all that. So I'm not going to comment on that.
Representative Rice laid out some policy agenda items he wanted to accomplish. What are really your key policies that you want to really see the House focus on?
Well, we have two issues. I mean, and as I stand here today, everything else is probably just inherently going to be secondary. We're going to have the Medicaid issue, and we're going to have tax reform, and those are going to at some point collide, and that will likely be the heart of the session. And so, we've got to get those two issues resolved. Thank you, I appreciate it, and look forward to working with you all, and I will be available sometime later if you need me. But thank you. Thank you.